Now hey guys, welcome back to the channel and another Swiss 001 video. Now today we're of course back in the flight simulator to talk about planes, which is what we do here on this channel, I guess. And today we're gonna focus on Russia and the Soviet Union, and especially their planes. Yeah, today we are in the major city of Moscow, actually at one of its major airports. This is Sheremetyevo Airport. Actually this city has a few ones, but this is probably the biggest one, I would say. Whatever. And well, yeah, as you can see, we are in this Ilyushin Il-76, known as the most dangerous plane that there is by numbers. Basically, to display this plane properly, we should probably have a crash, and then we can talk about it further. There we go. That's been a crash. Welcome aboard the Ilyushin Il-76. Yeah, definitely by numbers, this is the most dangerous plane that there is. There have been a lot of fatal crashes. I think 17 fatal crashes. So at least it's the most dangerous jet plane that there is. Yeah, the Ilyushin Il-76 has definitely been quite a bit of a controversial plane, of course. And, well, as the name kinda does suggest, this is a Russian plane, actually made in Russia by the aircraft manufacturer of Ilyushin, of course, which was founded in 1933, 87 years ago, in Moscow, Russia. So this is the most Russian aircraft that there is, basically. But actually, there is quite a reason why this plane has so many crashes, and especially fatal crashes. It's because of where it operates and what kind of operations it does. Basically, this plane is known for being very, very tough. It doesn't need long runways, obviously. I mean, it's a Russian plane. Again, it's the most Russian plane that there can be, right? Really, it can fly pretty much anywhere. Let's get this plane landed on this pretty short runway that we've got right in front of us. Of course, this is Le Mans in the south of France. A little bit more of a prestige place than Russia, I guess. Let's go ahead and get this plane landed. Alright. Hard landing, but that's no problem for the Ilyushin Il-76. This plane is going to stop in no time as well. This plane can even operate on gravel runways or whatever. It doesn't really matter what you throw at it. This one will handle it. No worries at all. While transporting cargo or passengers as well, I guess. This one will get you really to any place on this planet. You know, it can probably fly in Antarctica as well on ice runways. It really doesn't matter. I mean, just look at these thick tires there already. This one can be used as an airliner, as a cargo plane, but this one is also used as a military transporter a lot, which is probably another reason why there are so many crashes. Really, this plane is not a bad plane. It's just that it operates at dangerous places. This is really a nice Russian-Soviet plane, and it doesn't really deserve its reputation. It's really nice. But let's take a look at some other Russian planes that are known for being dangerous. Yeah, next up we have the Tupolev F2154. Well, yeah, this plane doesn't have a necessarily good reputation either. I made a video about this one recently because it's actually being retired now. The only airline that's still flying this plane around with passengers in it is Air Koryo, which is North Korean's own airline. Yeah, this plane is very old. It came out in 1968, even a year before the Concorde came out, so it does have a little bit of age on its ribs there. I mean, just reading here through the Wikipedia page of the Tupolev Tu-154, between 1970 and December 2016, there were 110 serious incidents involving the Tupolev Tu-154. Damn. I mean, we have to consider this plane's been flying around for 52 years now, so, you know. It's not really that bad. This plane is not incredibly unsafe. It is not the safest plane either. It is quite an obsolete one, to be quite honest. It does have a very, fuel inefficient design, and for some reason here, this one is broken. It doesn't fly. Yeah, god damn it. Try getting it somewhat into the air and land it here on this short runway. Let's hope that, oh no, god damn it. That's been another crash. That's now 111 serious incidents, isn't it? Okay, yeah, something has gone wrong. Okay. Well, yeah, even though this plane is known for being a little dangerous, it's still very much liked and needed all around the world, because it is a very tough plane again, a very Russian plane. No, it's really rugged. It just does work, and it does work when you need it. For example, it doesn't have an MCAS that makes it crash, right? No, it can operate at some very, very cold places, which, for example, Russia has. Really, this is a tough one. I really like this one as well, actually. I've never flown on it, and honestly, I will probably never. I mean, the only airline again flying it is Air Koryo at this point, and actually, they're only doing it because they're banned from buying other planes, from importing planes from other countries, so they're stuck with these old ones. So, yeah, I will probably never be on this one. But no, this is really not too bad of a plane. It's not safe, it's not modern, but it's not bad. You know what I mean. It does have its positives and its negatives. I mean, you know, for example, it's banned from flying in Western Europe, I think. Not because it's, you know, necessarily unsafe, but because it's, well, particularly loud. Yeah, this plane definitely does struggle with noise regulations as well, but that's another story. Let's go ahead and focus on some more modern planes and see if they're necessarily bad as well. Yeah, this is the Yakovlev Yak40. Okay, this is not particularly a modern plane either, but it's a very interesting one that I think deserves quite a lot of attention. And I mean, Yakovlev in general, the aircraft manufacturer, is pretty unknown, and you know, I just wanted to shed a light on it again here. Yeah, this is another plane known for its ruggedness. Yeah, this plane was also able to fly everywhere on grass runways, gravel runways, short runways, long runways, whatever runways. Probably no runways is possible with this plane as well. Yeah, I cannot get this plane to work. It's quite scary here, actually. The cockpit is all in Russian, which is why I cannot read it at all. Interestingly, though, it's quite simple for such an old plane. I do kind of like this one, and something's happening here in the simulator. Now, unlike the other planes we featured, this plane has a pretty good safety record. Over 1,000 planes were actually produced, quite successful, mainly again because of its rugged design. It can fly anywhere, just really nice. Yeah, this is one of those Russian planes that are definitely on the good side of things, or something. Yeah, really nice. And, well, yeah, as you can see, this is a small regional plane, seating 32 passengers, which is not too much. Alright, now let's actually talk about one of the most modern Russian planes that there are. This is the Sukhoi Superjet. I've already talked about this plane, and especially my dislike for this plane. Is that grammatically correct? I just don't like this plane, really. Yeah, this is really a black sheep, but alright. Now, also a Russian plane, Moscow, made by the aircraft manufacturer of Sukhoi, which is mostly known for its military planes that are actually pretty good. And they've also taken a shot at making a passenger airliner, yes, apparently. This one has been around for like 10 years now. It's quite modern, as you can tell by the cockpit, which is severely stolen by Embraer and, well, probably Bombardier as well, which are also regional jet aircraft manufacturers. Yeah, this is a regional jet, as you can kind of tell. But this one is severely cheaper than Embraers or Bombardiers, so maybe let's check it out, or maybe let's not do that, because it has a not particularly good reputation, especially compared to the ERJ series, which are probably one of the safest planes out there. Alright, but let's go ahead and just take off, and I'll hope that we don't crash here. There we go. Now, what obviously stands out about this plane as well, that I've just taken out without flaps, or that's another story, but it's the wing. The wing does seem a little outdated aerodynamically wise, but that's another story as well. No, what does definitely stand out here with this plane is the Wikipedia list, and especially the accidents and incidents list. Actually, there was a crash in 2012, which was fatal. There was another interesting case where the autopilot crashed the plane pretty much on landing. That's another story. There was another case in 2018 where a Sukhoi Superjet slid off the runway. Even though that one is not even on fault of the plane. I mean, the excursion was caused by ice, but that's another story. The biggest one, of course, was the crash that happened last year in May 2019, where literally a lightning that was discharged close to the aircraft caused a fire on board. That shouldn't happen actually normally, but okay. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't sound too bad. I mean, obviously, the other planes had an accident list much longer than that. But let me just mention again, how many of these planes were built? 172, compared to, which, you know, all of the other planes had 10 times as much, but not necessarily 10 times the fatal crashes, of course. So this is a little bit of a controversial one as well. Yeah, I really do not like this plane that much. Yeah, that is the Sukhoi Superjet for you. Basically, an Embraer E175 and a Bombardier C-Series mix, ordered on Wish or something. I don't know. Now, obviously, the Russians are very much known for their fighter jets as well. These are actually pretty solid. I don't really know anything about them, honestly, but they're pretty solid. They're pretty good. And in general, the Russian planes are not necessarily bad. They're rugged, with the exception of the very bad Sukhoi Superjet. I don't like that one. Would I fly on a Russian plane? Probably, yeah. Would I prefer somewhat of a Western world plane? Probably, yeah. But no, they're totally safe to fly, especially these days with modern technology. No worries. So, no, they're not the worst, of course. So, yeah, guys, thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you tomorrow. As always, good night.